There once was a man named Gold Roger who was king of the pirates. He had fame, power, and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hung him from the gallows, these were the final words he said.
Our perspective is yours for the taking, but you'll have to join us first. We left everything we debated at the Yonkō Table.
Ever since, pirates from all over the world set sail for the Grand Line, searching for the Yonkō Table, the table that will make their dreams come true.
Yo, everyone. The Yonkō Table is back in session for the grand finale of Season 2 of Demon Slayer, or Episode 11 specifically, of the Entertainment District arc. I'm your Yonkō host, DrJaceAttorney, and we've got a full house of Supernovas here to discuss this amazing episode with us today. But let's get into it. I mean, what did you guys think about the episode? You know, how did it rank above, previous arcs? I personally really enjoyed it. I think they left it on a really good high note. We've already been confirmed for a season 3. We got like the little key visual image with like the next Hashira that are going to come up. But like, I want to present that to you guys. Like, what did you think overall?
I guess I can go first. It was amazing. As simple as that. It was a good episode, good ending. Honestly, I'm kind of disappointed because I know I'm going to have to wait 6 months to a year to know what's going on in the meeting.
You're being generous. You're going to wait at least a year.
I know, right? At least a year. And that's pissing me off. But apart from that, amazing.
All right.
Well, you know, if we wait a year, but anime just keeps getting better, can we really complain? Like this entertainment arc, I thought the last 30 minutes of the Mugen Train movie was just some of the best, anime I've ever seen. And then this arc came out, and I was like, "Oh shit! Wait a minute!"
I think it topped Mugen Train. In all honesty,
it did.
I think it did.
Honestly, yeah. And to me, it did. Like, I know that what do you call it? It just used so much of its narrative really well, and you really felt like they had to struggle just to get a win. But it was just the way it concluded, the way it wrapped up was just so good. I'm excited, and I can wait a little if they keep bringing good animation, good story, keep focusing on the characters, and cutting off some demon head.
That's the name of the
Fair
game.
Enough.
That's the name of the game.
Yeah, I don't have any complaints. It ended off on a little bit of a simmer down, but I'm not upset at all. Just the way the arc completed and the way the arc was, and kind of to the similar beats that I've already mentioned. So I'm not gonna retread those beats, but just beautiful job, great arc, and I'm definitely excited for the next arc coming. I actually wanted them to just spend a little bit more time like going into a transition that might lead to the next arc, but it makes sense. It makes sense.
I honestly half expected that too, because that's kind of how they handled the previous seasons or arcs, right? Especially season 1, because I guess the last major thing they did in season 1 was they fought the spider guy, right? And then we had like 2 to 3 episodes of like that transition period, where it's like, this is what's going to lead to the next
and
arc.
I don't need that much, but they might be just holding that for, because we were going into Mugen Train with that one,
right?
And then even when we finished, they kind of had to retread real quick just to keep people up. So I imagine maybe they did that production wise to not have you see the same thing twice, like the end, wait a year, and then see the end again like that. But if that makes sense. But it's okay.
Actually, since we mentioned it, but before we get into the episode, do you guys think like the next season, like, do you think they're gonna do like a whole like movie adaptation thing like they did with Mugen Train, and then readapt it again to a season, or are we back to the tried and true, like this is the next season and we're just gonna go straight into that?
I see them making another movie.
You think they're gonna make another movie next?
Yeah, they are. Like,
okay. And then do the same thing, like adapt the movie into. Oh man, really?
It made them money.
They had way too much success. So
yeah.
But we haven't heard anything. but maybe it's
We haven't.
We have.
Oh,
They announced the
Okay.
next arc, but I think that's gonna be an anime arc. I really do think that they might do it again, but if they do, it's gonna be like something big. It has to be
Okay.
like a next, like how the Mugen Train arc ended with like this was our first time seeing an upper level demon like in action, and now I think they're gonna probably save like another movie for probably like at least 2 upper level demons or Muzan himself.
Oh, okay.
So you're saying potentially after the next arc,
Yeah.
the movie would come. Okay.
I
I
can
could see that too.
because I think the way they handled the first season, the season ended, and then we got a confirmation that a movie's coming next before we got a confirmation of a season 2. This time, season 2's over, and we get a confirmation that season 3 is coming. No word on a movie yet, but I would think they would jump into a season 3 since they announced it first, and then maybe afterwards they might do a movie with whatever happens after that. But I think most of this episode specifically, it dealt with that tried and true formula where we have to feel sorry for the demons, we have to know their backstory, what made them the way they were. I really liked this backstory about Gyutaro and Ume is her name, not Daki. I really liked it. I thought it was really sad. All the demons' backstories are usually pretty sad, but I think this was probably the peak one where I was like, okay, I really feel bad for these two. Like it's heart-wrenching. I don't know if you guys felt the same, if you were, or if you guys were like, oh my god, another sad backstory. Tanjiro's got to feel bad for the demons he's killing. Like, what did you think?
It was 50-50. Part of it, I didn't care that Tanjiro is doing the same thing again. He sees another villain. He needs to cry over them. Like, those people are maniacs. Like, okay. But at the same time, it was a pretty emotional backstory. I'm still tired of him giving moments to those demons. And I understand they do that so we can learn their backstory. But at the same time, like, come on. This is somebody that could have easily killed all your friends and you crying over them. Oh, don't say that to your sister. My man, they're demons. Like, stop it.
He
Like,
put his hand over his mouth. I thought the guy was gonna bite his finger.
No, but
that was so cold what he did. Like, he was like, don't talk to your sister like that, and just shut him up while his sister was dying. And then his sister was like, I'm dying, I'm fading away, and he was just like, just shut up, just keep watching.
Didn't bite his hand or anything.
Didn't bite it. No, I was expecting it. homie's a demon. He's angry. He's dying.
But Toasty, to bounce off of your reaction is, I think, a testament to how good the story is, actually. Because as much as these are demons, it's easy to say, okay, we got demons here. They're terrible people, and they are. But it's that balance between, the demon and actually the human in the story that they come from. So, I'm just bouncing off you saying 50-50. I think that's, I won't say exactly, but I think that exactly shows some of the effectiveness of this show. Because you're looking at these villains per se, and every single time a story is going to come at this point. We got teased, as Neo teased. We almost went out without a backstory, and then the backstory came, and we're like, here we go again. We're back learning about how they were human.
It's like clockwork.
But here we go again, kind of feeling emotion for that still at the same time.
Yeah, and I think they do it. I think narratively they do it because Tanjiro needs to feel something, at least for some of these demons, because then it opens the door for him feeling something for his sister. Because it's with an arc that I think had so many parallels. 4 people were survived in one group, and then Tengen and his 3 wives, which is 4 people, survived in the other group. They had a brother and sister villain, brother and sister main characters. They were just parallels, throughout the entire thing, and it even their story even paralleled like Tanjiro's story, narratively speaking, in which, like, instead of a demon killing his only family, it was humans that killed it. So then they went the opposite way, and then the the brother became the demon first on Daki's side, and then Tanjiro became the the demon slayer.
Demon Slayer, yeah.
And then with I'm having such a brain fart.
Hey, you did amazing right before that point, though.
Yeah.
You did amazing right before that.
You were on a
The little
roll.
girl who can blow things up on fire. I don't know what her name is. I forgot.
Nezuko.
Nezuko. There we go.
Everything else was perfect, though.
But I really do think that and then it kind of creates this narrative question, because he's giving so much grace and so much empathy towards these demons, but now it's going to be interesting when he does it, because there's going to be that's always going to be the question, and I'm
What's going to break him?
Muzan not going to get anything.
He's not going to get it. I feel like he will.
No, he will. He will.
No, that man is not seeing empathy. That man's not seeing heaven. That man's not seeing an afterlife. But I also think upper third, whatever his name is, I don't think he's gonna get any empathy either.
Oh,
like,
the number 3?
Yeah.
He might.
Really?
What, Akaza?
No.
It's Akaza, right?
It starts with an A. Yeah, I know
Akiza,
that.
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
My apologies.
or Akaza. Yeah, but I don't think he's getting any empathy, because I think like he did, he did a what do you call it? He did a weak move. He ran away. He ran away from Tanjiro when, at the last moment. I don't think he's gonna get it.
His backstory is gonna be him always running away from his problem, and that's how he became a demon. I'm calling it right now.
And then Tanjiro's gonna cry over him and be like, "Oh, that sucks for you," and then cuts off his head. Be like, "You still gotta die, though. You gotta."
I do agree. Like, it's interesting because like I feel like there is at some point gonna be a demon that just breaks Tanjiro. Like, there's gonna be no remorse. No sad backstory. Maybe there is a backstory, but maybe it's not enough to make Tanjiro feel sad or guilty about it. But I think that kind of builds up hype on its own, showing that Tanjiro does feel sorry for these demons after he kills them, because he knows he wasn't born this way. But at some point, he's gonna encounter someone that messes with him.
It's gonna be brutal at this point, because this
It
man gets
is.
his bones broken all the time, and it's still not enough. So it's gonna, when it comes, it's gonna be brutal.
Honestly, it
Jeez.
has to be something where one of his friends dies or is close to death.
It's gotta be.
It has to be that, because everybody else that died so far in the story or were close to death, in a way, you can argue we're not really that close to him. At least since he became a demon slayer, it was just side characters that he meets once in a while. But if it's one of the 4 main characters that is, on death's door, that's when he's gonna lose it.
Or his master.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah,
master
that's
too. I
Oh
forgot
yeah,
about that
very
guy.
well. Yeah,
Yeah.
Because,
very
Come back.
old master in a story, you might as well just write write your death will right now, because
Yeah.
you're gonna die.
And he's gonna leave him a weapon or a mask, and that's what he's gonna wear in the future.
He's gonna live him that mask he has, the
not
red
that
one.
mask with the-
Yes.
yeah.
That's the best one. But I guess like what we were saying with Daki and Gyutado's backstory, we got introduced to like an upper 6 demon in a flashback, which I wasn't really expecting. Brand new character, no idea what his number is. But he looks high up. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. He looks OP. But we haven't seen this guy before, right? Like, he's brand new. Like,
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
brand new.
definitely
Yeah.
brand new.
okay.
I think he might be like the upper 6 that was before, because they normally like have demons just come in and out, or other demons like kill off the other demons.
Right.
So maybe he was like the progenitor of the upper 6, before Daki and Ume. But maybe he's waiting. Maybe
Yeah,
he's gonna come in the next arc or something.
he's still around, man. He's
definitely. I mean, that design, like, I don't know. That's not like a one-off design that you just throw away. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm done. He's dead. I'm never gonna show him again. So I'm excited about this guy right here. I'm super excited about it.
Does anyone feel like there's a slight piece of the puzzle missing still with the puzzle of connection between the siblings and
like why they were
Muzan.
fused.
Yeah, fused. Yeah, why were they fused? And then the relationship to Muzan, which they might explore next arc or a flashback. But
so
that's the one piece I don't get a lot of context for.
So what my understanding is, and maybe you guys can clarify this, Muzan doesn't have to be the person to directly, I guess, give you his blood so that you can become a demon. Is it that the upper 6 can do it, or anyone in the 12 Kizuki can infect you with the blood?
Was the spider guy one of the upper 6?
No, he
was
the bottom. He's one of the bottom.
But he can also do it because he turned a bunch of people into demons.
Okay, so he did it to those other people.
Did it.
Okay,
yeah, that was his arc.
Okay, so then that's the logic then. Like anyone, so maybe these two, maybe they never met Muzan.
No,
before.
they did because Daki. They showed a flashback with Daki.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, like I do agree that there's some pieces of the puzzle missing, especially with, at least for me, the whole fusion aspect of them. Like, why were they both like the number 6?
I think narratively they kind of alluded to their connection, but they just didn't show
explicitly.
Okay.
Yeah,
because they're kind of connected based on their story.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Was it the flashback with Daki? I don't think it was. I think it was with Ume, wasn't it?
No, it was Daki. It was her as a demon.
It was her as a demon.
No,
yeah.
Yeah, Ume, the girl, right?
Yes.
But that's the same person. Yeah.
No, Daki is the guy, isn't he?
No. Daki's the girl. Gyutaro is the guy.
Yes.
Yeah. They changed Ume's name to Daki when she became a demon for some reason.
Yeah, her real name was Ume. That was her human name. But like all of the demons I mentioned in the past, they live for so long that they forget their story and their background. So she must have changed her name as, new identity, new person. I'm no longer a human, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's the same person. And I mean, apart from that, the one thing I have to say is I don't understand why they chose to live in the entertainment district. Still, like I would.
They had ties to that. They had ties to that district.
I mean,
it's their home, I guess.
Yeah. It was some negative, some traumatic ties to it, but
but for them to stay there for hundreds of years, causing that much of a mess, and nobody realized anything, like I don't know.
I mean, I guess you could argue the power structure in it, and that was a place where, a lot of things happened to them. So kind of taking back control.
Right, now they're at the top.
And wreaking back havoc. It was like a vengeful type thing to stay in the entertainment district.
They had really high egos. I mean, that's...
it's almost like when they're demons, they're kind of like almost like shadows of their former selves, and they're like going on their like instincts, or like maybe even their primal like seductions, their primal vices, and that's what they act on, like killing, doing any of the other things. Then they just kind of act on those things, but they don't know why, because they lose themselves so much to it. I thought it was a really good moment though, like when the brother was trying to get rid of her.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get into it. All right, I was holding off on it, but
let's
get
go ahead.
into it. Yeah, go ahead, Neil.
Yeah, and she was just like, "No, I'm not leaving you," and she starts to cry, and he starts carrying her, and you get the flashback where he's like huddled like around her.
I love that. I love that bit.
And I was like,
nice.
damn, that's it's sad. It's really sad. Like that in the end, they didn't want to leave each other. And I guess that's why that answers that question, that why they were fused together. They were fused together because I guess he loved her so much that he didn't want to lose her.
But the interesting thing is, they went into in that scene where he told her to go to the light.
Yeah, that was.
And she said, "I'm not leaving you."
They dived face first into the eternal flames.
No, they went into the eternal flames together. For some reason, he didn't feel he was worthy enough to even take her to the light.
She was not worthy to be in the light either. Like
he was not worried, but it's because of her relationship.
Yeah,
connection that they have. So that was powerful. That was a powerful symbolic.
I loved it. I loved it.
Actually, talking about that scene, I didn't like the fire animation. I'm not sure I'm the only one. The fire looked weird. That was the one thing I thought that was weird in that scene.
I think it was CG, that CG
Yeah.
fire that they like to do. They've used it before in other scenes,
Yeah.
but I think because it was just a black backdrop and you just saw the fire, I think it was more clear that maybe what you were seeing was like kind of off a little bit. So
Yeah.
But
And you know, it kind of reminded me of the animation they used for Rengoku's soul when they went inside his mind in the movie.
oh yeah, they did.
There was like a very big parallel because it looked kind of like that,
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did.
but it's alluding to something else. I think this in this situation is just that fire is so hard to animate and so is water, but they did so good in the last 9 episodes that at this point they were like, ooh,
They had to trim it somewhere.
We're gonna have to save this edit for the
Cut us a
Blu-ray
break,
release.
guys.
Yeah.
No, I totally get it.
I had a point, and not a point. I had something I wanted to bring up in my mind. Oh, this arc, they're speaking more on reincarnation and such, which I know will play a bigger. I won't say bigger, but it'll be a reoccurring theme, probably moving forward in the rest of the arcs that we see in stories like that. But they kind of sprinkled it more and more. This, I don't know if you noticed it, this arc, and then by the time you get to the end, well, you know, what you call it? I can't think of his name. It's talking about I'm gonna always be reincarnated as a demon.
Yeah, that's a good
matter
point. I
what.
was actually gonna ask that.
Gyutaro,
Like, what is
yeah.
the process of the afterlife of that show? Because it's Eastern religion, so they would believe in reincarnation. So it's possible that anybody that dies, technically not dead, they can always come back in a way. And
Right.
Really, Buddha as well.
Yeah, Buddhism's in there. So yeah, I could see
so
that.
again, it's possible that even the demons they kill, they might find a way back to return to the story. I'm not sure, but I mean, it's been shown that when you die, you just don't disappear. They're obviously in some kind of external
Yes, that's
random
true.
plane.
There is
So
an afterlife, some type of
there
deal.
is some kind of afterlife deal with it. And yes, they were walking toward the fire, but at the same time, we don't know what was there. So it's not like they were walking in eternal darkness. It's possible.
Great point.
If they could walk through the light, there has to be some kind of thing, to make them come back.
Maybe they're walking a path of like, like a path of penance, and then redemption, so that they because I'm thinking about like those 2 kids that we saw in season 1 that were Tanjiro's
teachers.
I wouldn't say classic. Yeah, they were his teacher. They were his.
Right.
The one I'm talking about to cut the rocks.
Yeah.
The word I want to use, they were technically his senpais, but they helped him, but they were also dead. So there is also a very big, and also now that you brought this up, now you opened the box, like Tanjiro's mom in this season, when she came in some way, shape, or form and helped calm Nezuko down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And we see it a lot with the brother. The brother keep popping out, the younger brother, for whatever reason. That kid is always the one of all of the siblings that shows up and talk to him. So
right.
Good point.
We still don't know the connection between the two because we only see them dead in the flashback. We haven't seen him and interacting with him really well, but these characters are truly not dead in a way. So I'm wondering how
they're lingering around.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Definitely a lot of good questions and points raised for like the afterlife in this episode, because I mean they really home in on that throughout all of Demon Slayer, and especially this last episode.
Exactly. And I hope the author doesn't drop the balls with that. I hope that's just not like some plot that she eventually gives up on. Because
I'm hoping so. I'll hold out for it. She has done some questionable things with the story, like saying like the fire and water is not really there when they like fight.
I love that. I love that.
But they drop a nuke in the city. They drop a nuke in the city. There has to be a supernatural power involved.
Yeah, that's some crazy power in the city. Yeah.
Well, the demons have the power. Like they're visibly actually doing that.
Yeah, but Tenjin lived though.
Yes. Well, I mean, okay.
Which I'm not mad at. I'm not mad at that. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, going in with Tenjin, like, I'm glad that he lived, because I know we were going back and forth on that, like throughout the last couple episodes, saying like, oh, is he gonna die like Rengoku, and that's gonna be copy and paste like from Mugen Train. But are you guys glad that he lived? I mean, I am.
I am, because the way
Yes.
his story was told too. They already alluded to him wanting to retire at some point and trying to grapple with that and live the next chapter of his life and his wives.
Right.
So
let him live with his
yeah.
wives.
Let him
after he
live.
got his arm chopped off and his eye chopped, he said, "Yeah, man, if it's any time to retire, it's now."
I thought he was still gonna go in with that, like, you know, still be the sound Hashira, just go in with like one stub and like one eye. I thought he was, but no, he's done. He's like, no, man,
I'm happy he's done, because that means we're gonna get 2 new other characters to replace the Ashiras. And
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I want
And
to see what
maybe
they're
they
gonna
may
bring in.
be, maybe they may be one of the 3 that we're following. You know,
Oh,
they alluded
they
that Tanjiro
alluded.
They're
is
alluding
already-
to it, definitely.
is already on the
Potential.
path to become
Yeah.
a Hashira. And also, I just want to say so to whoever's told me a couple episodes ago on this Yonkō Table that that the man with the earrings was Tanjiro's father, there's no way that that's his father. Absolutely no way. Want to know why? Because the leader of the Demon Slayers said that there hasn't been any movement. They've been losing for 100 years in this episode.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Tanjiro's father couldn't have lived more than 100 years unless suddenly he can.
But did
So-
they ever
And
confirm that person was from 100 years ago? Then in that flashback, that, you know,
They didn't confirm anything, but if if they have been losing like Demon Slayers left and right for 100 years until this moment when they killed an upper 6, there is no way that in that 100 years someone could have faced, especially since they said that they haven't faced Muzan in 100 years or like in over 100 years. There's no way that the person with the earrings is Tanjiro's father. So I just wanted to say that. I'm using my reading comprehension, context clues,
timestamps. We'll see. I mean, we'll see if that's his dad. I don't remember who exactly it was, but I mean, I'm pretty sure I was on that camp too. I was like, oh, it could be his dad. But we'll see. It's alluding to maybe someone from the far past.
You mean the entire family has if it's the entire family that has the thing on their forehead?
They've
though, I
clearly
hope it's not
established that like,
yeah,
you're born with the
generations,
birthmarks of your family.
And you also get passed down, you know, a very strong head and a very strong headbutt.
Exactly.
So they've also established that.
Yeah,
I
but that's
guarantee-
from what his head is from. His mark is from his dad, and his
Hard
hard
head.
is from his mom.
Boom.
She probably has a lineage of hard-headed people. I guarantee you that's
Headbutters.
gonna be the final. I guarantee you that's gonna be the final blow to at the end of the
Muzan.
story with Muzan. I guarantee it. I guarantee.
It's fun
it.
story elements though. It's fun.
No, yeah, for sure it is.
The headbutt is gonna be the reverse harem jutsu, and Muzan will be Kaguya.
Oh
That's
my
what's gonna
god.
happen. They're gonna be like, I have a
Yeah.
secret technique. What is he gonna try?
Okay,
God.
he probably will definitely headbutt Muzan. He has to. at this
Oh
point.
yeah, for sure. It has to be something in there. Just throw it in there. It doesn't have to be the killing blow, but you got to do it at least once.
No,
That's
I'm
his signature
hoping-
move at this point.
No, I'm hoping he does do that, and Muzan just doesn't react and just bitch slap him away, saying, "The hell is wrong with you?" We're
I
fighting."
hope he does
Like-
it, and then they're gonna be like, Tanjiro's forehead is so big, it has absorbed the sunlight from when he is out training.
Oh my
Terrible.
god.
Now
Y'all are
Muzan is-
terrible. Y'all are terrible.
It's shining now with the rays of the sun. I can't believe this. I mean, speaking of Muzan, you know, he one of the upper 6 died, and he's calling an emergency meeting at the
Oh,
end.
man.
What do you think? We saw what
He's
he
calling
did.
an upper.
He's calling an upper, which did they establish if he just called the number 3 or did he call an upper 6 meeting?
No, it's an upper 6 meeting.
Upper 6,
Number
okay.
3 made a
Yeah,
point saying,
it's an upper
"Oh,
6 meeting,
he
yeah.
called me.
Some-
That means somebody in the upper 6 dies."
Okay.
Died. Yeah.
He probably gonna bitch slap all of them and be like,
Oh yeah.
all right.
I feel like the guy's
Yeah,
so
he definitely
mean,
will.
dude. Like I get it. He's a leader of the demon. Like I remember, I mean, the first react right because like what one of the in season 1 the spider got killed, right?
Mhm.
And then he called the meeting, and the result of that meeting was didn't he kill like one off all the lower 6?
Oh
Like,
yeah, he
yeah,
He killed all of
cleaned
them
house.
except for one.
He cleaned house.
Yeah, except for the guy in the suit. The,
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
the flamboyant
Emo.
character. I forgot his name.
I didn't say it right, but it starts
Yeah.
with an E.
But that was a little bit different though, because you mentioned the bottom 6 were not doing their work. It's implied that the top 6 have been doing their work for a while. It's just for the first time somebody died, and it's just the lowest of the top 6. So he's probably gonna
Right.
tell the top 5 now, okay, either we need to replace the top 6, and you guys.
I
need
feel
to
like
start
they
going-
won't. There's no way
No.
he's gonna do that.
No,
Not
they're
that
gonna-
quick, no.
Not that
Not
quick.
that, or he's
Maybe.
gonna tell them to go after the Astros, to stop playing games, hunt them down like dogs. You don't just sit there and wait for them to come.
They're
after
gonna.
you.
I mean, they always try to convert somebody.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it would
I
make
mean-
sense for them to try to convert the high. They try to convert the Hashirus every time they meet them. So.
I'm telling. We said it last week. I'm waiting for that Hashira. I know there's an upper 6 demon that was formerly a Hashira, because there's no way that they keep trying to allude to the fact where every time an upper 6 fights a Hashira, they always
Yeah.
present the idea of you'd be really OP as a demon.
Maybe that's that
just
character
saying.
behind you.
Maybe.
Oh, we know he
I
was.
mean,
that was
maybe
it.
he could. Maybe this guy could
Yeah.
be a former demon slayer. Who knows? A former Hashira. I 100% believe that there's a Hashira that was formerly there's a demon that was formerly a Hashira in there.
That's second way.
But one thing I noticed, I forgot the guy's name, but the head of the demon slayers, I
know
don't
you're talking
remember.
about the one.
Yeah.
No, the
He
master.
seems to have the
Yeah.
same
The master.
poison. He seems to
Poison
have the same
spreading.
poison. Yeah.
Exactly.
spreading.
Did Nezuko just burn that off? Like she just did?
I mean,
We did not talk about Nezuko's.
we needed to. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me dial it back. Let's go to Nezuko, right? So we left off on a cliffhanger last week, and we were like, how did they like Tengen has to die, right? Because he was at ground zero next to the body that leveled the entire city, and it blew up. Tanjiro's not gonna die, but Tengen, I mean, come on, like he probably shielded Tanjiro. No, it turns out it was Nezuko. They didn't even spend a lot of time addressing that. Like she did some.
He burned
She
that
busted
fire.
out the box and she went away. The blood demon art went.
There
Yeah.
it is.
She burned the fire away. She burned the blood away. She's a bloodbender, so
She's a blood.
She moved the blood. I don't know what she did. She
don't-
moved the blood. She
It-
burned the blood. She moved the blood. She put the blood back in the body. She burned the poison. She just did it all in one scoop
She
when
did
the
it.
city got leveled.
I'm so glad that they just didn't give like a blanket, like, oh yeah, she can heal now. I'm like, dude, no, please don't just do that. Like, don't give do not give an explanation on how she could heal. But they did. It's like she burns the poison out of the system.
It's
like-
it's doable. you know?
Yeah, I'll accept it.
I
I'll
think
accept
how
it.
they countered that is that for me it's always funny seeing Nezuko because like she was like small like in her kid version and she
Yeah.
just like oop
Yeah, just
like she just had an
boom,
instinct
boom.
to put her hand and start like using her blood demon art. It's very instinctive.
Very. I want to know where it came from. I want to know how she learned it. But
It's also
It's her
funny
power.
that Nezuko's power is fire, which is, kind of mimicking the what do you call it?
the sun breathing.
The sun breathing.
Oh,
And
okay.
she's
Right.
also a descendant, unless unless they have different dads.
She don't
she's
got the
also-
birthmark though. She don't got the birthmark on the forehead.
But what do you call it? They both have the same lineage from whoever did all this. So ultimately, I think it's interesting that they have like a demon that's also maybe versed in sun breathing or have sun breathing come out in some way, shape, or form.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, who knows? We might get it in season 3. But going back to Toasty's question, if Nezuko can heal the master, I feel like the poison was probably something like immediate that just went into the body, and so she burned it. Maybe the master, even though his skin is purple like the poison, maybe it's like more of like a disease type of thing that she can't just burn away. And it looks more long term as opposed to the poison that's just like immediate right then and there, like it's spreading, it's infecting you. I'm just speaking headcanon. I don't know. Maybe she can.
Tell you.
I mean, they haven't interacted. They haven't interacted too much.
Exactly.
Like the two of them have not interacted too much, so it's still possible that she plops back and takes that poison out of him. You know,
right? Yeah. You never know.
And then he can try to avenge his family some more.
Which okay, right? There's different interpretations of that you can take with what he said. So the master basically said something along the lines of for once, you know, in these past 100 years, we got a win on Muzan, who has been the shame of my family. Does he mean a literal, like as in Muzan is from his family, and because Muzan became a demon, he is a shame on, you know, his family going around killing people? Or did he mean it in the sense that you know, we've been fighting Muzan for so long, we haven't gotten a win ever, so my family or like my demon slayers have been shamed, but now that we caught a win, that now we're doing well.
He calls all the demon slayers his children, just like Muzan calls all the demons like his children. Okay, so there's like a parallel, except the leader like is a title that gets passed down. Muzan is like, he changes his bodies. Like one day he has a wife and kids, and the next day he is the kid. So
Orochimaru level of BS. Like, what is going on with this guy?
I think they need to explain those characters more. Like Muzan ability, they need to explain that. They need to explain.
They're holding on to that though.
Yeah, I'm like, this man is like, he's obviously about to die. So why is he still the leader? Why have they not replaced him with somebody of equal or just
he clearly has
a
connection with all of these demon slayers, because I mean we saw it in season 1, like these guys were bending the knee to him. They were, and
that's what I'm wondering, like, you know, like, why is he still the leader? This is not a man that can fight. I mean, the end of the episode, I thought he was gonna die.
He was coughing up blood.
Yeah, he was coughing up blood. I mean, he's healthy enough to have kids, but I mean that doesn't mean anything. We don't know when he was poisoned. So
right.
I don't know.
But he's probably the brains behind the operation, you know? Like he's probably like someone, like I think his role is more of like, oh, I'm the one who organizes everything. I'm the one who gets everyone like, you know, like everyone's ducks in a row, and I'm also the one that passes down the tradition because it's been taught to me by the last person who was in this. Or maybe he is like over 100 years old. Maybe he's just as old as Muzan.
Could be.
And he's just like, I've lived this long. Maybe he is also, no, he can't be a demon because he was out in daylight. But
a daywalker. You never know.
Oh my god.
They might have it. I'm waiting for it. There's gonna be a daywalker demon.
Nah, they can.
No way. That's
if Muzan is not a daywalker, he can't be a daywalker.
Exactly.
Like, no.
That's
this man.
One thing I forgot about, but once he pulled the little chip out, is Tanjiro got some upper blood.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that plot thread. I'm glad the author did it.
Honestly, I don't feel like it's that important for now, unless they progress.
But it will
the story.
be. They have to.
Yeah.
But it will be. It'll be key for sure.
For sure.
I'm glad the cat made it though. I just don't know where the cat.
Or what the travel time is for the cat.
Yeah, what's the travel time for the cat? That's what I wonder.
Like, does it disappear because it's teleporting to where it needs to go, or is it just invisible and now it's still got the 50+ mile journey to wherever it's going? But aside from that, you know, we got Tengen retiring. He's still alive and well. We got to see the snake Hashira. So that was cool. Where the hell was he? That's all I'm saying.
He was late.
Where was anybody? Jeez.
Where was
Those crows got back quick, but
Yeah, how convenient. Right after the chaos ends. Yes, they
The
finally
entire
show up.
entertainment district is leveled.
We
and then
did it,
finally they're
Patrick.
like-
We saved the city.
But yeah, that Snake Hashira rubbed me the wrong way. He was like, "Oh, you just beat a lowly sixth," and I was like,
He's talking
"Oh,
game.
yes."
I want to know what
he
he
must be
does.
strong. He's talking game.
He
Yeah.
has to be.
What does he know that the leader of the Demon Slayer clan, who have said we haven't won in 100 years, we haven't killed an upper
Yeah.
rank in 100 years. Why is he suddenly talking down, saying even though they're the worst of the upper six, it's still an upper six? That, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like he has mad insecurities over Tengen and his 3 wives.
We'll
He's
find
like,
out.
even though
He wants a piece of the pie.
Wait, I thought it was because he was supposed to be a genius and he became an Ashura in the last couple months. Because Tengen did say that a couple of them can turn into Ashura like this. And he had a flashback like that in one of the previous episodes. So it might be that he's just immature and doesn't know.
Was it this guy?
Yeah,
that
it was
the
this
new,
guy.
was one of the
Who?
new ones?
Yes,
But he's
he
not
was-
the youngest one though.
No, he's not the
next
youngest.
one. The next two we see are the youngest, right? At least one of them is the youngest.
But that was him, the snake guy.
No.
the Snake's not the
There's
youngest.
two different
the
ones.
next arc
Yeah.
has the youngest Hashira in there.
There's the snake guy,
Yeah.
and then there's another Hashira that's like the same height as him, kind of
Yeah.
dressed the same a little bit, but like
With black hair.
with
Yeah.
black hair,
Yeah,
long
you're
black
right, yeah.
hair.
He's like 14. maybe.
So wait,
Yeah.
was he the one that became Ashura in a couple months, or
I
was it
think
the
it
snake
was
guy?
him. I think
Yeah.
it was him because
The youngest one, yeah.
the scene that you're talking about where they said some Hashira can become like, you know, a Hashira in like a couple months or very quickly. I'm pretty sure it was that character that they showed. Which, I mean, maybe the snake guy could also be among them. I don't know how young he is, but
They're all fairly young, except for I think the oldest ones are like maybe right under 30, and that's really
Right.
the oldest one is the which I can't wait till he comes. I don't know his name, but
The guy with
one
the
that cries
beard.
all
The
the time.
monk.
the
the
cry,
monk,
the
the
monk. Oh
I can't wait till he
man,
comes.
I
He's gonna be
can't
beast.
wait. I cannot wait for sure.
I can't wait till the story starting to wrap up, and then we get nothing from the monk, and he just dies in the last time.
You
Can't
stop
wait.
it. No.
Stop. Enough.
I don't want it.
Enough.
I would be thoroughly disappointed.
No, I will be. I mean, the last scene we get is the money shot with all three of them together. I thought that was nice to see him saying, "I love you
Mhm.
guys. I'm so glad you guys lived." Because, like, I think it was Nino that said it earlier that this was the closest that they got to death's door so far in the story. I don't know. I felt like it ended perfectly, and then the credits start rolling. You got to see like the art pieces from, I think it was the manga. I think those were extras from the manga, which look great
Really?
in color.
Yeah,
I
they
think
looked
so.
amazing.
Yeah. But damn, like what a way to end it off. I thought it was perfect.
I'm ready to spoil myself, man. I'm ready to read ahead.
You gotta
Y'all stop
resist
me.
the urge.
Stop me.
Resist. Do not pull.
It's gonna be years until they conclude this.
It will.
But the way they're doing it is just so good.
Oh
It's
yeah,
so
no.
well made. Like I can't complain about it. To be fair, I guess I was kind of late to the Demon Slayer train. Like I kind of watched it the season 1 when I think season 2 was already announced, but it wasn't out yet. So I
Yeah.
didn't really have to wait that long. Like probably like maybe 4 or 5 months once I finished. But now it's like, you know, the final end game. You're probably gonna wait like at least a year, probably 2 years. Let's be
Do we
honest.
know how many chapters are in the manga in total?
Off the top
Not
of
in
my
total,
head, I'm
but
not
they-
sure.
yeah.
I don't even know
But
how
But they
many
wrapped
chapters
up,
they've
didn't they?
adapted.
Didn't they wrapped up, right?
Yeah, they already
is
finished.
over.
Yeah. No,
It is
they
over.
adapted 97 chapters because I saw a post today where somebody was asking where can I start reading from, and they said chapter 97.
Oh,
that
so
could
up to this arc is like 97 chapters.
7. So from what I can
So they got a
understand,
lot of
yes.
content left still.
Yes, I'm actually gonna look that
Okay.
up right now.
I mean, that's pretty good though. Like
Yeah.
it's
Right.
good because they're not just like flying through it, you know.
Right.
They're really taking the time to be like, okay, you know, let's take our time with this.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's
Um,
205 chapters, so we're halfway there.
Oh, we're at the halfway point.
Oh,
Okay.
can't wait!
Yeah.
Can't wait till the monk guy is not introduced until the last chapter. and then
Until-
Yeah, he's
dies.
probably not gonna come for a while, but he's gonna wreck. and then he might get wrecked. Who knows? I don't know, but he's gonna do damage.
He's
At
gonna
that
do
point,
work.
we'll know he's strong because at that point, the demons will be dealing with.
They
they'll be
have
in
to
a whole
be.
nother stratosphere.
Exactly, because we don't know the gap yet between like each of the numbers. Like maybe 6 to 5 is probably like a canyon in terms of strength. I don't know.
Well, we know
Actually,
3.
Yeah,
That
three's a
was
big gap.
Three's busted.
That's really interesting because the next season might be the season when people start dying off because we're at the halfway point. We know the last 10 to 20 chapters are going to be the final boss fight. So we maybe have 1 or 2 seasons before this actually ends. And I mean, a lot of people are going to die. Because there's no way the Ashiras, all of the Ashiras are going to stay alive. There's no way, I mean, the demons are going to die, obviously. But we don't have that much to go.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean,
Yeah,
we'll wait and see.
I mean, we already lost Rengoku.
We
Yeah,
can't
that's
do
one.
any more.
We
No
are-
more,
It's
please.
tough to lose another one. Rengoku was great.
He was. I'm glad Tengen's in. He says he's retiring. I feel like we're going to see him at least one more time, like fight.
He's done.
He's got
done,
to.
man.
No,
he's done.
You saw
He's
how much
done.
comes
work
back,
he did.
If he
in
comes back,
this
he
fight.
dies. If he comes back, he has to die. He might
Listen,
go
he-
away, but if he comes
Yeah.
back, he's going to die. And that's how it's going to be. Especially
I'm
now that
fine
we
with that.
know
I'm
that we're
fine.
halfway there. Come on, you.
He went out
You followed
flashy.
this-
He's done.
No, he should retire.
His
Yeah, let
song,
him-
his ballad, still is not over.
Let him live his life with his 3 wives. He deserves it.
yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, it's more tempting to read it now, knowing that there's only 100 chapters. That's something
Always
that,
can.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
really
guess
tempting.
in the coming months, we'll see how far off season 3 is. But since there's no release date, I mean, I'm half tempted myself to read the manga. But
Just go back and reread One Piece. You'll be untempted.
Oh,
oh
gosh.
yeah, that's right. That will keep me. That will keep you occupied for at least
Yeah.
until you get a release date for season
Oh
3.
yeah, I'm still on chapter 600 something. haven't left Punk Hazard yet, so
Oh, you're in the rough phases. All right. Fair enough. But yeah, I'd say, that pretty much like wraps up everything with season 2. Any final thoughts on like overall? I mean, I know we kind of addressed it earlier, like what we thought overall, but now that we've talked about it, any opinions change on like just the arc in general? I thought it was great. I think it's the best arc we've gotten so far. Yeah, I think it was phenomenal. Season 3, I have high expectations. I hope they're met in season 3. But I think Entertainment District was perfect. Demon backstory was great. Animation was great. Story was great. Yeah, honestly, 10 out of 10. I don't know. Like it was perfect. I can't complain about Entertainment District art.
Yeah.
it was that good.
Yeah.
It was that good.
Yeah. It started a little slow for me, maybe like a little bit in some beats, but overall still like a near perfect for me. I've been enjoying it, just the whole thing and looking back on it. So the only thing I wonder for next season is how far in time will it be, because they got to recover.
Right. Definitely a simmer
done.
period.
Yeah, I mean, organs being rearranged. I mean, it's gonna take a while, so we'll see how far.
Yeah,
they
and you
progress
think that they won't recover a 6th, the upper 6th? No, Muzan's gonna be like, find me another upper 6 right now.
right now.
Right now.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah.
They could. Or maybe
Because
that
Muzan's a smooth criminal.
Oh my God.
Ah, I see what you did there.
It's terrible.
Oh my,
No,
it
it was perfect. It was perfect. But yeah, I guess we'll wait and see. High expectations for season 3 of Demon Slayer. We'll see where the characters go from here. But what a way to go off. Perfect send off for everyone. But let us know what you all think in the comments below. Did you enjoy this arc? Did you enjoy Demon Slayer season 2 as a whole? Because again, season 2 has kind of been marred with, season 2 also had the Mugen Train bit, and people saw the movie first and they were like, oh, do I gotta watch a season, the first half of season 2 because it's just the adaptation of the movie. But I think Entertainment District carried it. It did a phenomenal job, worth the wait. Maybe I'll go back and watch the TV series. I don't know, in bits and pieces. But But let us know what you guys think overall. If you enjoy what we had to say, share us around, give us a like. We're on all social media platforms, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. If you know our name at the Yonkō Table, you'll find us for sure practically anywhere. But with that, guys, Yonkō Table signing off. I'm your Yonkō host, DrJaceAttorney, fellow Supernovas NinoDesplasado, Rose the Crafter, and Toasty. Signing off, guys, and take care.